Hey, what's up guys? SRN 101 here. As you've seen from the title, this video is on my Guardian farm. I have it disguised here in this kind of cool looking temple building, and yeah, let's get right into it. As you guys probably know, these builds take a lot of work because you actually have to drain the ocean around where the sea temple was, and you have to drain that out and then actually get rid of the physical temple itself. So this is a large build, and it takes a lot of work. So be prepared for that if you decide to take this on yourself and do it. I decided to kind of disguise this one like a temple, just because this is on a public server, so there's lots of other buildings around, and so I just kind of wanted it to be, something that was a little bit camouflaged. So I kind of put this temple on the front of it here. And as we go inside, I did a glass floor, that way I didn't have to worry about anything spawning in here. It's fairly empty. I don't really have a purpose for this building. Like I said, it's just kind of a facade. We'll get right into it down here. This is the inside of it. So as you can see, the guardians, they spawn here in the water because inside of this chunk where the temple used to be is the only place that they can spawn in the map. So when you eliminate all the other water surrounding this area and make it so they can only spawn in this tank, they have nowhere else to go. So they have to spawn in here. And once they spawn in here, they kind of swim around a little bit or whatever, and then eventually they'll kind of just, you'll see them kind of sink down like this, and they'll go through these fence gates and they fall into this water. And once they fall in, they have nowhere to go. They can't jump back through. And the water, I have it set up so it pulls them all into the middle here. And then this farm, I designed it to be dual purpose. So when you're not around, it's a grinder. It just kills them and collects all the resources. And when you are around, you can actually use this for XP as well. So when we come in here, you'll see they just get burned by fire, and they just kind of keep jumping and burning until they die. And then all their drops get collected by these hoppers. As you can see, it goes down there. And let me tell you guys, this thing works like crazy. Like this oh, here we go. There's some fish. Let's see. More fish, more fish, more fish, more fish. This thing feeds the entire server basically. Like it's insane the amount of drops this thing produces. And we actually need to add some kind of sorting system because it fills up really fast, as you guys can see. If you're wondering about the beacon, the reason that the beacon is here in the middle like this is just because the way the building on top, the temple on top I designed, I wanted that beacon to come out the top through the middle. So it had to go out through here. And the beacon actually helps too, because unfortunately the guardians always do damage to you when you hit them. So therefore I wanted the beacon to kind of lessen some of the damage and give us some extra protection. So this section down here is actually where you can come and kill the guardians if you want the XP. And the way that we wired that up was, so we have these pistons here with these glass blocks. Okay, so right now the guardians have nowhere to go, but when you flip the switch, those glass blocks will get pulled down, and the guardians will actually kind of jump over here and then fall down into that area down there. So the way we have it rigged up here, you flip this switch, and that actually locks you into position, because when you hit these guys, you get knocked back. They push you back, right? So this allows you to stay in one place without getting knocked out. And then as soon as you're done, you just flip the switch again, and that disables that up there. And now you just kill off the last couple that are left. And that's it. There's a couple other little features. So you take a lot of damage when you're using this, especially if you're not using a good weapon or whatever, and if you don't have good armor on. So we rigged it up here so when you press this button, it automatically dispenses some fish. So you don't even have to leave this area to fuel yourself up. So that was pretty cool. And then we just have some disposable, you know, basic iron armor here, because you don't want to use your good armor when you're doing this, because the Guardians do quite a bit of damage to the armor over time. So we have that there. And then anything that you get from killing the Guardians gets collected into these chests here. So this is where you get your rare drops from killing the puffer fish and that. And one other cool feature I should mention with this setup, once in a while squids will spawn in the tank up there too. So we have it set up so we actually get to collect the ink sacs from the squids when they are killed. How that works is the Guardians, whenever a squid spawns in the tank, the Guardians automatically try and kill it. So the ink sac will fall when the squid dies, and then it'll get pulled over to the edge here. And if you can, there's a lot of Guardians, it's hard to see, but there's actually hoppers all the way around the outside here. So anything that falls from being killed will get collected by those hoppers and end up in the chest. So this farm is very efficient. You can get, like I said, ink sacs, you can get XP, you can get all the fish you'd ever need to fill a full community server, and you get all these Presmarine blocks. This whole building was built by this farm, as well as what I got from taking down the temple. And then, yeah, we just did a glass floor in here with lots of light, just to kind of add extra effect, and it just stops anything else from spawning in here. So, if you guys like this video or you have any questions, make sure to comment down below, and I'll try and get back to anybody that comments. If you want a tutorial on how to do something like this, I could possibly do that in the future too. So yeah, thanks guys. Consider subscribing if you like the content, and I'll try and get some more videos out.